So we can sing this song written by Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, the Sri Brajadam Mahimamrita. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Okay. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Sri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohan. Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan. Kalindi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan. Keshi Gata Bangshi Bata Dwada Sakana. Jahan Sabu Lila Koilo Sri Nanda Nandan. Sri Nanda Jashoda Jaya Jaya Gopagan. Sri Damadi Jaya Jaya Denu Basagan. Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kirti Dasundari. Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abir Nagari. Jaya Jaya Gopi Shara Vrindavana Ma. Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Batu Dijaraj. Jaya Rama Gata Jaya Rohini Nandan. Jaya Rama Jaya Gata Jaya Rohini Nandan. Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vasi Jata Jan. Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vasi Jata Jan. Jaya Dija Patni Jaya Naga Kanya Gan. Baki Teja Hara Pailo Govinda Charan. Sri Rasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radha Syam. Jaya Jaya Rasa Lila Sarva Manoram. Jaya Jaya Jala Rasa Sarva Rasa San. Parakiya Bhave Jaha Brajete Prachar. Sri Janava Pada Padma Koriya Smaran. Dina Krishna Dasa Kahe Nama Sankirtan. Jaya Rama Gata Jaya Rohini Nandan. Jaya Jaya Rama Gata Jaya Rohini Nandan. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan. Sri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaura Hari Bo. Nitai Gaur Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaura Hari Bo. Go Premanande, Nityananda Ram Balaram, Avirbhav Mahamahotavati Ki Jai. So, as we're approaching Janmashtami, the appearance of Krishna, very perfectly a week before, so it's the appearance of Balaram. We have to give up stereotypes if we want to properly understand the truth, the reality, higher reality. So Brahma gives his opinion. Jnane prayasamudapasana eva. Don't try and measure the infinite with a finite brain, however expansive it might be. It's still finite and won't be helpful in approaching, comprehending the infinite. So, Krishna, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadiradi Govinda Sarva Karna Karnam. Krishna is the supreme controller. He is the origin of everyone and everything. Ahang sarvasya prabhavo mattak sarvam pravartate. In Bhagavad Gita also, he's reasserting his position. So, he's the original source of everything. We're told Balaram is his first, the first other than Krishna. And because we're constrained by the influence of time and space, we will think naturally, well, if Krishna's first and then Balaram comes, then that means Krishna would be older and Balaram would be younger. So if they're brothers, then Krishna would be the older brother, Balaram would be the younger brother, because Krishna is the original source of everything, right? Including Balaram. That would be a stereotype based upon finite experience, but these are the pastimes of the infinite. So Balaram is Krishna's first, his other self, you can say, the first other than Krishna, but he appears as the older brother. Those are the pastimes of the infinite. His first, it's, if you want to say, expansion. Right? This is elder brother. So that should tell you from the beginning, you can't apply ordinary thinking to this. But why he's in the position of elder is significant. Because the elder brother can have love, affection, and a protective sentiment towards the younger brother, right? His caretaker. Balaram is told by Yashoda, Mother Yashoda, that he should look out for Krishna, right? Which immediately shows you the sweetness of Krishna's pastimes, that who's the original source of everything, who's omnipotent, omniscient, omni-everything. The love of his mother suppresses his majestic, divine aspect, so much so that she's worried about him. And enlisting Balaram as caretaker of Krishna, to watch out for your younger brother. So one of Krishna's names is Ramanuja. Right? His name Rama Anuja. Anuja means, Ja means birth. Again, Anuja would mean little brother. Because when they appear in this world, they're appearing that way. So he is Rama, sometimes Balaram. Baladev is called Rama. So Rama Anuja is Krishna, the younger brother of Balaram. That makes Balaram happy, and Mother Yashoda happy, and everyone happy to hear that. And immediately takes them to the transcendental position. Once in the park in Shenzhen was called Lotus Park. The Lotus Park. Walking there with Nalina and some other devotees, and she read the Krishna book and said, "Oh, I like how Balaram is affectionate and protecting Krishna." And I thought, that means that sweetness touched her heart, and I thought only a devotee can express these things. It transcends rational thought and immediately goes to the heart. Yashoda telling Balaram to care for Krishna. And Guru Maharaj pointed out, sometimes in their play, Balaram slapped Krishna. And Krishna is going to Mother Yashoda to complain against Balaram. He said, saying, Dada ji, means like, Dada means elder brother. And he's saying, Dada, he hit me. And Mother Yashoda is chastising Balaram. I told you to take care of Krishna. Now you're slapping your brother. So she's chastising Balaram. Then later, Guru Maharaj said, Balaram's calling Krishna over in the corner, like, little brother, I need to tell you something, that sometimes when we're playing, these things can happen like this. It's not always necessary to tell mother. Like that. We can work this out ourselves. And you think of who they are, how sweet is that? That sort of what we experience in this world. That sort of, and it's sad if we think like, that's the sweetness we can have in our family relationship. That's not possible with Krishna. That's a sad expression of an impoverished imagination. No, but he's, Krishna Rajateka Kela Sarvatam Nar-lila Nar-vapu Tahara Swarup Gopavesh Venukar Navikishore Natabar Nar-lila Hoy Anurup. Actually, the highest pastimes of Krishna are his human-like pastimes. And they have all the nuance and emotional complexity of human relationships. That is what makes them so sweet. So, but still, to understand something about Balaram, Nityananda, nicely expressed by Kaviraj Goswami, Chaitanya Charitamritam, Nityananda Ram. It's giving like that. Because Guru Maharaj put it this way, because Guru Maharaj is noted for his example, analogy, to understand Balaram, for all practical intents and purposes, is Krishna. Just as some expansions of Krishna look like Krishna, he does not look like Krishna. He's different, his rupa, his form. But understand something, that this is the inconceivable mercy of Krishna, and a very beautiful thing to consider, that everyone is expanded from Krishna. Mame vangsa jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana, down to the jiva souls. And what is the situation? But everyone is individual and unique. It's not that just, here's Krishna, then he makes another Krishna, another Krishna, another Krishna. Om Purnam Adak Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishate. He does, but we're told, as 0 plus 0 equals 0, 0 times 0 equals 0, 0 divided by 0 equals 0, 0 minus 0 equals 0, 1 0 equals 0, 10 zeros equals 0, a billion zeros, a trillion zeros equals what? 0. So that we learned that in school when we were children, when we were taught 0. Okay? But that is Guru Maharaj used to explain. Krishna, what do you think? So he's infinite and full and still expanding, and then sometimes they're going back within him, and then minus and plus and divided by and multiplied. Yes, as 0 times 0 equals 0. So, but each individual unit of consciousness, coming from Krishna, that's the point. They're unique and individual. Right? There are no two human beings, animals, that are 100% alike. Everyone in this room is an individual. So, and we're referring to Jiva Tattva, but here, even with so-called Vishnu Tattva, although Baladev is almost equal in every respect to Krishna, he's totally an individual, a unique person who has certain qualities, traits, characteristics. And Guru Maharaj said, to understand the relationship, because it can get very philosophical and very detailed and very complex, but Guru Maharaj always can give a succinct example to help us understand. He's saying, you have a proprietor, and he establishes a manager. Like that. Understand? The proprietor who owns everything, he designates someone the manager of all of his business. Jnana bala kriyacha. Parasya shakter vividaiva shruyate. Mentioned in one of the Upanishads. So Baladev's doing everything. And so Kaviraj Goswami, in explaining who is Nityananda, Nityananda Ram, Balaram is saying that, the Mool Sankarshan, Vasudev Sankarshan Pradumna Aniruddha, right? These quadruple expansions, they come from him. Mahavishnu comes from him. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes from him. Kiradakshaya Vishnu comes from him. That means everything. Because you have Krishna, then Balaram, then from Balaram, everything is coming after that point. Proprietor, manager. Managing all the necessities of Leela as well. Guru Maharaj said sometimes, he thought very deeply and hard about this, and he thought, because of the way that Leela operates and its particular necessities, he said, I thought the relationship of Yogamaya and Baladev must be an intimate one. He said, later I was happy to read in Jiva Goswami that he confirms this relationship between Yogamaya and Baladev. They're casting and scripting Krishna Lila, and Balaram's providing everything. When you say, what do you mean by everything? Everything. Right? And one of the pastimes, Krishna and Balaram, and Pralambasura, right? And their pastimes, it's also very charming that asuras, demons, enter there to create some drama. Right? The cowherd boys are out playing the Vrindavan forest, and the boys, they wrestle, they fight, they play, they do all the things the boys do, and the play. If someone is victorious over another, then the defeated has to carry the victor on his shoulders. So Balaram and Krishna notice among these cowherd boys that one of them doesn't seem just right. Looks like a cowherd boy, dresses like a cowherd boy, talks like a cowherd boy, but there's something wrong with this guy. Keep an eye on him. We also experience this in the modern day Krishna consciousness movement. Just teasing. But anyway, so they notice one of these cowherd boys just doesn't seem right. And so they're playing, and they're defeated. And this boy that they're keeping an eye on, he's carrying Balaram away. But he starts carrying him like far away. Deeper into the forest, he means some harm for Balaram. And he starts expanding and becoming and turning into his demonic form. And Balaram smashes his collarbone, breaks his neck, and he drops to the ground dead, and blood's flowing out like liquid manganese, and all the cowherd boys, they're dancing, they're all happy. It's another day of cowherding in the forest. Time to break for lunch. But it's mentioned there, this is the power of Balaram, how powerful he is. As a side point, a sidebar in the story, it's just, to use the word, woven into the story, saying, because the teller of the story, Sukadeva Goswami, so fascinated by Balaram. He says that actually everything in the world is being held up or sustained by his energy, which in this case we can take to be gravity. And he says, interesting, he said, it's like the weave of a cloth. And in other words, just to make an allusion to string theory without yaying or naying it, it's like so many strings are going this way, then it says so many strings are going that way. And what do they make? A weave. And everything is resting on this weave that comes from Baladev, that we can take to be gravity in terms of what we know at present. And that's just a sideline while he is busy in this cow-herding pastime. And that's the beauty, again, of Krishna-lila, as from our point of view, we think those who would be, controlling the universe, the laws of the universe and such things, we imagine they must be of immense size, or even in an abstract sense, some abstract, formless intelligence or whatever it might be. But no, if they can be all of that, then they can also be playing like human children. Let's give them, credit that if they can do all these other things, then they can do that. Comes back to infinite possibility. The infinite making itself known to the finite by infinite means. In the realm of infinite possibility, we, tiny finite, would have to allow for that. We'd have to concede the possibility. So, and that Balaram is sometimes Guru Maharaj will say, in consideration of the 5 rasas, from Shanta to Vatsalya, attributing the scope, the range to Nityananda, Balaram, and madhura-rasa, particularly for Srimati Radharani. But as one might imagine, I think, well, considering how wonderful it is, and that in the normal course of pastimes, or the science of rasa, when Krishna is engaged in these sort of particular sweet pastimes, Balaram will be at a distance or absent. But then, lest one conclude that he has no participation, we're informed that maintains a presence and the madhura-rasa pastimes as Ananga Manjari, the little sister of Radharani. So, very high, very inconceivable. But that Balaram is very forceful in his assertion of his allegiance to Krishna under all circumstances. It's one of the reasons why Guru Maharaj points out that, reflecting on the varieties of pastimes, that Nityananda is saying that the Ram-lila is not his favorite, because in Ram-lila, Lakshman is in fact the younger brother of Ramachandra, and on account of being in that subordinate or junior position, when Ram is being exiled, the normal spirit of Balaram would be to fight that. Right? He can't tolerate that, some disregard, but because he's in a junior position, he has to obey the elder brother. So he likes Ram-lila, but it's not his favorite. His favorite pastime where he can fully assert himself in protecting Krishna and asserting Krishna's divinity. So Guru Maharaj mentions, for example, that when Krishna, Uddhava is an advisor of Krishna, and they're having a very diplomatic discussion, nuanced, about how to delicately deal diplomatically with a particular situation. Like we see in the modern world, diplomacy. It's very complex, very complicated, very delicate. Right? And they're discussing like that. And Balaram is Moshul Pani, he carries the club. Halayuda, he has various names, Haladar, he's carrying the, what is it? In the field, the plow, and also the club. And overhearing Krishna and Uddhava, they're having this very intricate discussion, sensitive, And he's saying, what's all the talk? I just go with my club and crush his skull. Right? That's his approach. He's not so diplomatic. When Ramaharsha Sudha wouldn't come down from his asan to give, show respect to Balaram, Balaram took a kusha grass, but he empowered it to become like a javelin of the highest quality of tensile strength and sharpness, and stabbed him with it and killed him. Like murdered somebody on a Vyasasan. There's blood everywhere. And Guru Maharaj said, what do we learn from this? He's saying that heart is above intellect. Showing that gyan, knowledge, is inferior to what's in the heart. But he's showing it in a very graphic way. And also, because he's the first other than Krishna, as we indicated before, he can oppose Krishna. Right? He doesn't have to agree with Krishna on everything. This is not disobedience or opposition as is expressed from the world of illusion, but this was Maya, Mahamaya. But within Yogamaya, this enhances the pastimes, that he can sometimes oppose Krishna. And as he is the facsimile of Krishna, Guru Maharaj says, Shiva is the facsimile of Baladev, of Balaram. So we see also Shiva can play the part of the opposition. Sometimes devotees are enlisted in service to play the opposition part to enhance the pastimes. This happens. So Shiva, as Shankaracharya's promoting Mayavad and such things, Balarama and the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Tridanda Bhanga, he's breaking the Tridanda, which appears to be something offensive, but there's some deeper meaning. It cannot, and nothing Baladev does can be offensive truly. Only apparently, superficially, can anyone think like that. The Guru Maharaj said, if someone gives Nityananda wine, and and you get a drop of that, you're taking his prasad. It's not wine anymore. He can convert everything into divine substance. As they mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavat, if Nityananda is seen coming out of a brothel with a prostitute and a jug of wine in his hand, the highest devotees, they will give Shastanga Dandavats and won't think anything of it for a moment. So he's known as the Avadhut. As we sing, Kaviraj Goswami is given in a song. Sa Avadhutam Pur Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sadvaitam Sa Avadhutam Purijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam. And at the same time, this Avadhut, Nityananda, Ram, Balaram, what does Narottam say? Heno nitai bine bai, Radha Krishna paitenai. Without the grace of Nityananda Prabhu, you cannot enter into the realm of Radha and Krishna and their divine pastimes. Nitai koruna habe, braje Radha Krishna pave. Without koruna, the mercy, the compassion of Nityananda, he's called the kripa-avatar. Like we hear of different kinds of Yuga avatar, Lila avatar, Shaktavesh avatar. Manvantar, different sorts of avatars. But here, what is expressed about Nityananda Ram in a different way says, the kripa-avatar. And that he makes, why is he so, what is how is this sort of indiscriminate mercy exemplified? He's so intoxicated with Krishna-prem that he makes no distinction between higher, lower, fallen, not fallen. He's merciful to everyone. Just as we see in a parallel, when someone is deeply intoxicated, there's one stage where they think everyone is their friend, right? And everyone is their friend. They make no discrimination because they're so intoxicated with some substance. So everybody, and they want everyone to have what they're drinking. You should share this with me, right? So it's a crude example, but it's saying what? But Nityananda, what is his position? He's so intoxicated with Krishna-prem that he makes no distinction in his distribution, and he wants everyone to taste that prem. So Balaram, Nityananda, is not optional or auxiliary or secondary in that sense, but primary and necessary. As Mahaprabhu would never tolerate any disregard expressed toward Nityananda, or if anyone tried to directly approach Mahaprabhu without first invoking Nityananda Prabhu and his grace. And so many pastimes of Krishna and Balaram. We find His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He had some special attraction for Nityananda, but Balaram particularly. When in Vrindavan, searching for a place to establish his sort of flagship temple in Vrindavan, it was in Ramanreti, which was the place of the pastimes of Krishna and Balaram as children. So interestingly, there, where normally, like Radha Guru Gauranga and Radha Govinda central, or in many of his temples, he has Radha and Krishna in the center, on the side Gaur-Nitai, Jagannath in different ways, configurations. But here he put Krishna and Balaram in the center and named the temple the Krishna Balaram Mandir. And it's mentioned by Srila Guru Maharaj in observation that, like we hear Mahabharata, Suvarnavarna, Hemango, Barangas Chandanagadi, Sannyasa Krishtamas Shanto, Nishta Shanti Parayana, the Suvarnavarna. Generally, this sloka is taken to indicate Mahaprabhu's appearance in Kali Yuga. But I find some uncanny parallel to the appearance of Srila Prabhupada. And this I got from Guru Maharaj, the Suvarna Varna can also mean gold merchants. Varna can also mean caste, and Suvarna means gold. The caste who deal, they're gold merchants. And Srila Prabhupada Swami Maharaj descended in their line. And in the purports, Sri Chaitanya Charitamritam, which are really, for the most part, translations of the purports, commentaries of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and sometimes Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It's mentioned that Nityananda Prabhu, finds this family line very favorite to him. He's extra merciful to them. He likes them. When Srila Guru Maharaj was identifying Srila Swami Maharaj as a Shaktavesh avatar, he said particularly when he sacrificed himself on the altar of self-sacrifice to the order of his guru, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, wholly emptied himself of any other desire than the desire to satisfy his guru. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana. Guru said divine power came down to work on his behalf. And then he became more specific. His Shaktavesh avatar of Nityananda Prabhu, the Nityananda Avesh, divine power of Nityananda descended to work on behalf of Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. Because what is his portfolio? Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gauranga. Sometimes Guru Maharaj said that Nityananda, he's arguing with Krishna and Balaram. They're on the throne. He's saying, they're on the Singhasan, and he's telling them, you should come down because your time was Dwapara Yuga. Now is the time for my Lord Gauranga. So you must vacate the Singhasan. And that Nityananda was told by Mahaprabhu when Mahaprabhu again, he's going to go into the depths of Radha Bhav. So he's sending Nityananda Prabhu on a mission, saying you should preach in Bengal and tell everyone about Krishna. So Nityananda Prabhu goes to Bengal and starts going, Bhaja Gauranga, worship Gauranga, talk about Gauranga, chant the name of Gauranga, everything Gauranga. So on the one hand, this appears to be a violation of the order of Mahaprabhu. But who is Mahaprabhu? Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahayanya. Nitai Koruna Habe Braje Krishna, Braje Radha Krishna Bhave. Nityananda Prabhu, he knows fully well who is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Means Radha and Krishna. And the way, the entrance to Krishna-lila is Gaur-lila. The entrance to Vrindavan is in Navadvip. Right? Yata yata Gaura Padara Vinde, Vindeta Bhaktim Krita Punyarasi, Tata Tatot Sarpati Hridya Kasmat, Radha Padam Boja Sudam Burasi. By giving your full attention to Gaur-lila, automatically, subconsciously, deep from within the core of your heart, the madhura-rasa Shuddhanidhi begins to flow. Guru Maharaj mentioning a sequence given by Madhvacharya, where he says, first there's the thing, then there's the devata of that thing, like Vayu, air and Vayu. There's the thing, the devata of that thing. Then Guru Tattva, then Balaram, then Radha Govinda Chid Lilamritam. The thing, Devata the thing, Guru Tattva, Nityananda, the heart of the matter of Guru Tattva. And then what's in the heart of the matter of Nityananda, Balaram? Radha Krishna. So, Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada showing some special appreciations and preference for Balaram and Nityananda, Gaur Nitai, and Srila Guru Maharaj. In the words of Srila Gurudev, he said, everyone knows that Guru Maharaj is Rupa Goswami's man. He said it like that. Then why is he always saying, Dayal Nitai, Dayal Nitai, Dayal Nitai, Chaitanya Dayal Nitai. Nitai Chaitanya Bole Not Dayal Nitai. Why? Saying because you have to have a strong foundation to your Krishna conception. The foundation is based on Balaram Nityananda. Then what is built upon that, the Krishna conception built upon that, can be something substantial. And Guru Maharaj would say, in speaking about Krishna consciousness and Krishna conception, because inevitably, invariably, it goes towards the high. There's nothing higher. And it's possible to commit offense and sometimes giving vent to higher things. He said, so I take the name of Nitai, Nityananda, to reinstate myself in my former position. Right? So, and Srila Gurudev has so much love for Nityananda, Balaram. That sloka he extracted from Garga Sangita about the Kinkini, Kankanarham, how it's a beautiful description of Balaram. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
My son asked me yesterday, what is the age difference between Krishna and Balaram?
I'd say a couple years, few years. Remember, he's one meaning of Sankarshan, interestingly, is who's extracted from the womb and transferred to another. There's karshan and attraction, but there's another meaning like that. And we know he was transferred from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. So in the song, always again, sweetly going, Rohini Nandan, the son of Rohini. As Krishna is called Nanda Nandan, or Devaki Nandan, Yashoda Nandan. He's Rohini Nandan. But at least a year or two older, like that. Say again?
Were they born from two different mothers?
Saying they're both born in Devaki. But Balaram was transferred from Devaki to the womb of Rohini. Understand? Say, Srila Saraswati Thakur will point out, because we can't get too literal about these things, that another name of Yashoda is Devaki. So, all of this is meant to promote the culture of divine sentiment and love and affection. So we can't approach analysis or details on an intellectual plane. Understand it's about heart. So Yashoda, in the song we're told about Parakiya Bhav. So sometimes people think, oh, Parakiya Bhav, that means the paramour relationship between Krishna and the gopis. They think of it exclusively in those terms. But as Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev have mentioned, the Parakiya sentiment, it predominates Vrindavan. Right? So this means there has to be an element of that for, not only for Radharani and Braja Gopis, but for the cowherd boys, for Krishna's mother and father, even for the cows and calves. So if we only think of Parakiya Bhava, meaning paramour relationship, that is not to understand it fully. Parakiya means, this Parakiya Bhav also includes the sense of other. In this way. How is it applied in Sakya Rasa? That the Gopa Balaks, the cowherd boys, because Krishna is doing so many wonderful things, they're hearing rumors that Gopal, who's their dear friend, he's just their best friend. They're hearing rumors that he may be a devata, a demigod. Or there's some other rumors is that he's actually God himself. And they find this disconcerting and disturbing to their feeling. They're thinking like, our Gopal? You have to be kidding. They're going, yeah, they're saying, our Gopal, he's some kind of a god or God himself. Gopal? Yes, Gopal. People are saying that. And they're thinking, just as the cowherd men too, they're saying, he does do many miraculous things, but he talks nonsense, he depends on us, he has so much love and affection for us, he can't live without us. So always their heart eclipses any other notion. But that notion that he's somehow an other, he could be a devata, he could be God himself. This sort of consideration makes them bring him nearer and makes their love go deeper for him. Right? Same thing with Mother Yashoda. So Krishna's pastimes are multi-dimensional, multifaceted, multifunctional. So he does appear in Mathura, right? But remember, we're told, as we mentioned the other night, when Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami and Satyabhama by way of, never take Krishna out of Vrindavan, and that Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. It says by his expansion, when he's in Dwaraka, his Vishnu expansion, he has pastimes in Vrindavan every day. So we think, what, Krishna stays in Dwaraka and sends his Vishnu expansion to Britain? No. He's saying, I'm in Vrindavan with you, and my expansion is in Dwaraka. That's what he's telling. So, why did I mention that? Oh, so, ow, what is that? There's some very strong ants. Thai ants. Little Thai ants, but very strong. Okay, I'll sit like this. It's too late. No, it's all right, it's all right. So, no, I'll take some afterwards. So, Krishna, born in Mathura, to Vasudeva and Devaki, right? But he's transferred to Nanda Gokul. And sometimes it's mentioned that as later, when Akrura takes Krishna to Vrindavan, remember, he stops the chariot and goes to bathe, and he sees Vishnu's and has this divine vision. Vasudeva, remember when he came and he went through the Jamuna also. So some say that's the juncture where Mathura Krishna, who's really a Vishnu expansion, the transition takes place. But otherwise, Guru Maharaj mentions, with regard to on the basis of Sanatana Goswami, that when Vasudeva comes carrying baby Krishna, he says Yashoda has given birth to twins, Krishna and a sister. And that when he offers Krishna of Mathura, he becomes absorbed in Krishna of Vrindavan. So really, from another point of view, he is the son of Yashoda, and he takes the baby girl back. So, but one of the aspects of this pastime, how it's enhancing the flavor, taste in Vrindavan, is that Yashoda will hear rumors that Krishna is not her son, that he was born in Mathura to Vasudeva and Devaki, and she thinks these are vicious rumors. Just that she has such a wonderful son, people are making up stories, right? So that shows Parakya Bhav as it's touching the heart of Yashoda when she's presented with the counter-narrative that Krishna's not her son. Right? He's the son of someone else. That's having her draw Krishna closer to her heart. Many things like that. And interesting, Guru Maharaj points out too, Balaram, first other than Krishna. Is he competitor? No, he wants to serve Krishna in every possible way that we hear. He becomes the asan, the floor, the ropes, the Brahman thread, the Shringasan, everything imaginable, he supplies that. Like sometimes in the love songs, they want to be everything for the beloved. He has that not only type of heart expression, but capacity to realize it. And so much so that there's reference to the Rasa-lila of Balaram. Right? When Krishna, in the absence of Krishna, Balaram returns to Vrindavan, and he has Rasa-lila pastimes with Braja Gopis. Guru Maharaj says that Sanatana Goswami Prabhu says, but from within his heart, it's an offering to Krishna. Right? That's beyond our conception, but he is of such a quality of love and affection and affinity for Krishna that he can offer the Rasa-lila. The Rasa-lila is an offering from his heart to Krishna. So, inconceivable. Anything else?
Looks like we have a collect question here. And Jagavinda Prabhu, on YouTube, he's asking, he's saying not meaning to be naughty, but his question...
Does Sri Balaram carry the plow around all the time, or it is a potency that he manifests?
The plow?
Yeah, the plow. Or it is a potency that he manifests. And
What is its meaning?
we need the plow, wise his weapon.
Well, the club is his weapon.
Who's also wearing,
Carrying the plow. Yeah, because they're Vaishyas. And Vaishyas plow the land. It's one, very simple way of looking at it. They're carrying the symbols of the Vaishya community. Ropes for tying the legs of cows. He's carrying the plow for plowing the land. And that has some esoteric meaning with regard to the earth. And we see he uses the plow to pull Jamuna when he is intoxicated from Varuni. And he's calling Jamuna personified. She's, remember, Jamuna is a person, but she's showing herself in liquid form as a river. And Balaram, he's intoxicated and calling for her. And she's saying, I don't want to go near him when he's intoxicated. And then Balaram takes his plow and starts dragging the Jamuna River toward him. And if you go outside Vrindavan, Delhi on the way, there's still some tributaries where they say Baladev was dragging the Jamuna River to him. And we shouldn't think of this as ordinary intoxication. It means all spiritual. So all of his paraphernalia is entirely spiritual. And take it as expansions of himself and his nature. So because he has a particular nature, he's carrying the plow and the club. And not, a wind instrument. Balaram.